Oh, welcome back. All right, the vault in the city beneath Berlin. Who goes down the ladder first?
Me, pick me, me.
Well, I was just gonna get it over with, but
why don't you guys all go first? I'll take up the rear, and then if anything, and I'll come down right after all you guys.
Seems to be pretty.
That's cool.
Pretty much like.
Yeah.
It's not a debate. I'll just go.
Yeah.
Like.
I'll just fall in line wherever. It's not a big deal.
All right. So, Zhang, what do you do? Or sorry, Giles. You're not gonna be able to like climb down with the sword on. It's a ladder. It's a fairly tight squeeze. So how do you shut the sword off?
Yeah. Okay. So the Power Rangers theme seemed to work. Singing to it.
Singing, yeah.
No. I'm gonna So Trevor, the activation thing seemed to work. See if you can turn this off for me.
Yeah, I can. Hold on. I'll lean down and I'll actually sing. Zhang, you might know this song. I'll sing. I think it's called Shenandoah. Oh, Shenandoah. The pipes are calling.
Maybe.
Why don't you give us a terrible rendition of this song?
I'm trying to think of what the word is. Yeah, it's. I think it's. Oh, Shenandoah, the pipes are calling.
Are you? Oh, Shenandoah. The pipe. Is this what you're doing? The
Yes.
pipes are calling. Okay, because those are two different songs.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Danny Boy.
Not
the pipes are calling.
Not
Yeah,
to Trevor.
Oh,
Shannon.
Shenandoah. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I just want to make sure he realizes he's doing this on purpose or on accident.
No, that was actually just me mixing up two songs in my head. But fuck it,
The
Trevor.
glory of playing an absolute drunkard is that when the player does misunderstand stuff, you can just be like, yeah, he's drunk. Whatever, that happens.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
I just want
that's
to.
what I was doing.
Trevor, that's great for Trevor. I just.
No, I appreciate knowing that because I actually thought that those were weird. I wonder how that happened.
So it happens. And the blade of Michael, the lightsaber, will, and you can tuck it away, sling the gun over your shoulder, and start hoisting yourself down this rickety ladder.
Appreciated. Because he was gonna make me sing because he's a fucker. yeah.
I'm just saying, you're the one who's giving me shit. All right. Hey, Squeegee, can you shut up and flash the logo? Hey, Zhang, sing a song. Oh, you're gonna cop out? Oh, you're not living that one down.
Hey, I've told you, I will sing when I'm pissed, and not before.
I mean, it's not our fault you're a bitch.
Oh, so down the ladder you go. Down the ladder you go, and the ladder will go for the most part all the way down to the floor, right? And as you're lowering yourself down the ladder, like the ridge of the ceiling that you're climbing down will raise past you, revealing bit by bit this fairly impressively sized, like a ballroom sized chamber, right? With a domed ceiling. The ladder comes out the center of which, and there are just crates with stamps labeled on them, just like scattered around the edges. One of the walls has this giant map. As a matter of fact, there are maps and maps and maps just like all over these walls, with all of those like they've got pins with yarn from pin to pin, pictures and notes and arcane symbols and ancient scrolls kind of like stabbed to the wall right next to.
Oh my god, this guy put a
weaponing.
push through a fucking ancient scroll. This guy he's got no mercy.
And like there are there's a small collection of like voodoo dolls that seem to be wearing uniforms, and like there are a couple of cages that have long since been broken out of, and they're with rusted hinges, and just papers and artifacts and just all kinds of piles of gold and treasure, right, all over the place, in like filing cabinets, and it's all kind of like haphazardly around the outer edge of the room. And you lower yourself down and you look, and you might notice who's the next one down the ladder. Trevor?
Me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Heidi's gonna like start climbing. Heidi, you come down and you recognize more so than Giles would, because you're the expert on European war history. That these are in fact, these must have been the maps upon which battles were planned. But what you're actually seeing is those suicidal bad moves where Hitler shot himself in the foot seem to be like there are notes, things there to be collected, things there to be stopped that weren't in the history books. There seems to be an entire occult war that was going on beneath the surface of World War II. And he was using World War II and the battles therein, not just for his own purposes as they were, but a lot of the decisions that historians now collectively agree were strokes of downright stupidity. Were under the light of the information you're seeing here in the notes and the scribbles and stuff, and the old scrolls that are talking in, like ancient poetry about things, were actually moments where we almost lost everything to the Nazi movement. It's like Indiana Jones happened like 5 or 6 times all over the map, and they were consistently failures every time.
Whew.
Down the ladder comes the other two. You are surrounded by treasure, maps, ancient scrolls, artifacts. You are looking for any information about where Hitler might be hiding, and any way to stop his conduit of Satan's power.
All right, guys, let's get this over with.
I want to look for a map that has any correlation to the sites of the attacks recently. So any maps that basically have plans or markers that align with the sites of the incursions, and use that as a base point to sort of search from.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception. Those of you who have been converted to vampires are going to take advantage 3 on all perception checks that you make. But first, before you do any rolling, I'm just telling you, you're the vampire. You're the vampire-blooded people now, right? So you get those perks. So Giles is looking specifically for maps that may have anything to do with what's happened already. That brings us to
17.
Trevor, what are you looking for?
I'm actually just gonna start, I'm gonna turn to the nearest table and just start looking through stuff.
All right. Roll me perception.
Advantage 3 means
3 additional.
it's like you have a
3 additional.
whatever die you're gonna roll.
Dice, yeah.
Okay, if you have 0 perception dice, then 0. It doesn't benefit you.
I'm gonna say call it 3d4.
Okay.
Just because I
it bumps you up to 1. Okay, yeah.
I intend for this to give you a bonus. And advantage is the highest of the rolls, so you're gonna get 11 at 5.
Yeah.
For Trevor.
16.
And they all roll
Heidi,
a 30.
what are you looking for specifically?
That vision that we have, I could see the magical energy going through the lights and stuff. Does that include the dark energy that was through the vampires?
Yes.
I'm looking
the vampires
for the
themselves
strongest
gave no signs of life or magic. They were just animate. But the energies
Sure.
that they were channeling, the black magic, yes. You can see magic.
I want to see if I can see the strongest source of that in this room. And my perception is I get 2d6 to my roll. So how many more d6 do I need to roll after I roll my perception check?
5d6 is my understanding of it. And I think you're going to take the highest 2. So roll 3 additional d6s.
Damn.
Your highest are a 5 and a 4, right? All right,
Yeah.
so your d20 roll was plus a 5 and a 4. Is going to be d20.
27.
Actually, your 3 highest were a 5 and a 5.
Okay.
So you're going to take
22.
22. All right, so Heidi, you were looking for magical artifacts, right? Trevor, you were just rummaging through stuff randomly, right?
Yeah,
Grunt?
I'm just gonna start looking with the first.
What is
thing I
Grunt
come
doing?
across.
What is Grunt looking for?
Anything that belongs in a museum?
This whole place.
This whole place.
Whole place.
If there's a couple of small artifacts that I can bring back to the, if I'm gonna make it out of here, I might as well. While we're looking for maps and stuff, if I see maybe like a metal or the small things, nothing bigger than what I could fit in my cargo pants, kind of shit. Maybe I wrap it up in a tapestry. I'm kind of rummaging. I bet some of this cool shit needs to be brought to the DC Smithsonian, man.
All right, so Heidi. You will, in fact,
yes.
I'm actually gonna take you last. Giles. You will find an old and dusted map. Each of the locations that have been hit are marked on this map. Right? Each of the places where Nazis were dumped on the globe, as far as you can remember from the report that Agent Smith gave you. And when the globe is, like, laid out flat, with that, I forget what it's called, like, it's got, like, the rounded tips, right? Like, they just kind of peeled the globe itself and laid it flat, right? On that map, all right, the places that were hit form an inverted pentacle.
Okay.
So, Grunt, you will find, what did you roll? You rolled a 20, a 16? Your 3d4 came up as 3.
Yeah. Thanks for the advantage.
3.
Thanks.
All right, so
it totally worked.
So on a 16.
So yeah, 16.
You'll find some stuff that doesn't seem magical or weird. Just like stuff that this is the medal for that guy, and this is a badge from this is this should go to its rightful owners and stuff, right? Like you'll be able to fit
either that belongs in a museum.
Enough that you'll be able to say, hey guys, I have proof that I found a thing at the very least, right? And you'll be able to load up your cargo pants with that. And then from there, that leaves us Trevor. Trevor, you are rummaging around. And you will find a spear. And there is a just scotch taped on the back of this paper, on this bit is a little like rolled scotch tape, so the sticky side is facing out the whole way, and then scotch taped to the tip of the spear is a scroll, and it is written in Morse. Now you happen to speak Morse. You really, really wish you didn't. Matter of fact, that entire time of your life is something you would much rather forget. But what you hold in your hand has been called by some Longinus, by others the Spear of Destiny. He who possesses this spear shall have armies unstoppable, and know only victory in combat and conquest. The note goes on to say that the legends are exaggerated. That's not how the spear works. The spear, instead, is disruptive to all magical energies, other than the magical energies stored in the crystal that makes up the spot just between the blade of the spear and the staff. Right? The instructions seem to be pretty certain that you stab the spear into the ground, such that the crystal shatters, and then as long as a living being continues to hold the spear in place, anti-magic reigns for a massive radius around the spear.
Hey, guys, I think I found something that'll help us.
Yeah.
I think I found the Spear of Longinus.
I probably know exactly what that is.
Yeah, you know exactly. This is the spear that pierced the side of Christ.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, like, that rumor had it that Hitler had the spear. And nobody's seen it since.
Oh, man.
The Spear of Destiny.
Trevor,
Yeah.
are you okay? You're not acting like yourself.
Yeah, I'm fine. What's up?
I don't know. You drink the
usually
blood, and now
funnier.
you're just sort of. Well,
And-
yeah, that.
And your words ain't slurring.
Not everything in life is funny.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to Grunt. You seem to have a feeling for the occult flavoring kind of things. Seems to be your bag. What do you make of this? And I'll show her the map with the inverted pentagram, like the symbology and that kind of stuff going on.
Do I gotta make a roll for this? What am I rolling?
I'm not gonna make you roll for this because this is actually something that if you've done any summoning, you understand.
Exactly. It's never worked, but
there are two kinds of stars that get used in a lot of occult symbology. All right, and they're actually derived not like the reasons for this you had figured were not for mystical reasons but for physical reasons. There are the hex, the 6-pointeds, right? And then there are the 5-pointeds. Now, this is something that you'll see in turtle shells. If you have a 6-pointed star, all right, and you apply pressure from the outside, good luck collapsing that shape. Like, it's very resistant to... But a pentagram is the opposite. A pentagram is resistant to pressure from the inside. So when you are using a hexagram, like the Star of David that was used to summon, that wasn't containing the angel. That was protecting the angel from something, perhaps the sin of the mortal world. Right? The impurities of physical reality. Protecting the angel and the golem. Whereas this seems to be containing something and not letting it free.
I don't know about the golems though. All right, so I'm gonna explain all that to Giles.
So Giles, you look at this.
What's at the center then?
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yay.
As a matter of fact, Heidi, in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
There was a footnote in some professor's book somewhere ages ago. You hadn't really given it any thought. But there's supposed to be a biplane graveyard, a site of a massive battle that nobody can even track. The missing piece of the Hitler puzzle strategy that nobody could figure out. Like, if something had happened on this point of the map, a lot of his tactical decisions would have made a lot more sense. And it's right there, in the center of that pentagram. If you had to guess, you're looking for a place to find Hitler.
Oh, man.
If there was ever an undead spellcaster that once committed attempts at world domination and mass heinous crimes against humanity itself, that was being empowered by Satan himself in his new attempt to take over the world with Nazis, tanks, and black magic, the Bermuda Triangle is the first place I'd look. Just saying.
I thought about going after I saw that footnote. I'll tell him about it. But I get horribly seasick.
So do we gotta go to the Bermuda Triangle?
Thank goodness you got a private jet, eh?
Party plane!
Did I find any magical energy, by the way?
Can I just say, speaking of parties, we have hit 30 retweets as well.
All right.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Woo! Giveaway.
Heidi, you find, of all the devices and things in this room, the most important thing that you locate is a small book. And it pulses with black magic. in this small book, as you turn it open, right, it writes itself as you turn from page to page. Designs Hitler's occult thoughts, Hitler's magical studies and theories and theorems. Just page after page after page. You have it. This is the missing piece. Hitler's not aiming to take over. The theorems you're finding in here involve mass human sacrifice. He's not looking to dominate. He's looking to build power. Enough power to crack the planet. This isn't about control. This is because he failed to exterminate. And so he's taking his game up a notch. This isn't about law or dictatorship or military control of territories. None of it. He doesn't want to control the world. He wants to destroy it.
Wow. Okay.
Crack the planet!
So I have this book.
Fucking blue.
She's got her axe and she's ready to go. So is there a pen around? Do I have a pen?
Does the perpetual student have a pen? Of
The
course.
answer is usually
5.
no. No, the answer is actually usually no.
I know, right?
No,
You
because
just
your
tend to have to
fucking
borrow them.
classmates fucking stole them already.
You have a pen.
No, are you
I
kidding me?
have a
Her
pen.
pen is a fucking fountain pen.
Yeah, it should be.
It's not
A
it's
quill
actually-
with like a
Retro
bottle of
te-
ink. That's
You
what
have
I
a
should have.
retro tech, like it's one step away from a quill, right? Like,
Right. Okay. I like look at the others and see that they're like got the spear and the map.
yeah,
and
they're
stuff,
all
and I'm like,
distracted
okay,
and looking
well,
at their own stuff, right? Like, you just happen to see the book and you flip it through it.
Yep. I take out my pen
Yep.
and in the book, I write. In German.
Mm-hmm.
They found it.
All right. So you take out the book, you look over your shoulder, and you see them all like the spear. You know, like the metalhead is like fucking Bermuda Triangle, man, party plan, woo! Right, and Trevor is not as enthused about this party plan as he should be. Right, he seems to be staring off into some dark memory. And Giles is like he's having a conversation with Grunt about the mystical properties of the pentagram and like kind of like theorizing like what would Hitler want to keep in, right? And they're all very engrossed, and you're tipping him off. They found it. You close the book, and on that note, on that reveal, I can't think of a better place to end the session.